Hey, I'm going to try to make this fast and furious today. I feel like some of my videos got a little bit lengthy this week because I'm Chatty Cathy. Today we're going to talk about needing help. Everybody needs help for all kinds of different things. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why it's not a bad thing to need help and why it's an awesome thing to ask for help. But before we do, yesterday I threw out a picture or a video of some flavored carbonated water that I had picked up at the store that I was drinking, and there were some questions about it. So I'm just going to show you again. So yesterday I picked up, it's called LaCroix. Well, there's the sunshine. But anyway, I was excited because for me it was a new flavor. It's called pineapple strawberry. And somebody said, you know, has it got sugar, blah, 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 where do you get it? So I actually picked this up at Aldi yesterday, and that's a hit or miss situation. Those of you that shop at Aldi, you know, sometimes they have some name brand things that are really awesome, and then some days they don't. So they just happen to have this. They have other flavors too, but I got this one yesterday. So if you see it at Aldi, great. If you don't, I know they sell it at places like Kroger and Walmart and stuff like that. But the thing I like about LaCroix, and I don't drink tons of it all the time, but sometimes water is boring. And yesterday I was just having, it was rainy, it was blah, I was having one of those days where I just did not want a plain old glass of water. So I had this pineapple strawberry LaCroix. This is what it looks like again. I'm not sorry about the sunshine because there is some sunshine out my window, which is nice. But those of you that asked, it is calorie-free, sweetener-free, sodium-free. And actually it's so cute. It's called Calorie Sweetener Sodium Innocent. So it's innocent. But so all that's in this little fun little container here is only, it even says, only carbonated water and then natural essenced. So what that means is there's some probably steeping of pineapple and strawberry that went in here. So there's not actually pineapple and strawberries in it, so they can't list it as an ingredient. It's not strawberry and apple or pineapple flavored because it wasn't an artificial flavor. It's just where the carbonated water and those two fruits have kind of melded, you know, they spent a little time together. Infused is the word I think I'm looking for. And that's it. So yeah, no fat, no sodium, no calories, no protein, no sugar, no anything. It's probably more of a pain in the butt for them to print the label than not because there's nothing to really print. So I wanted to share that with you really quick before we got started to let you guys know that was what I shared yesterday. Again, just to mix up the plain old water situation. So today's topic, we are going to talk about asking for help or needing help. And sorry, oh dear, I don't know what I did. Okay, sorry. Oh my goodness. How is it sweet at all? No, not really. It's not, I mean, I wouldn't call it sweet. It's just, Angie's asking me if this is sweet. It's just water with a little bit of the bubblies, which I like the bubblies some days, and it has that little bit of like infused flavor. So it's just the same if I took a pitcher of water, put some strawberries and pineapple in the bottom and let it sit, but this has the bubbles to it. So, you know, to tie into last Friday's video where we talked about alcohol, those of you that are looking for a way to keep your carbs down low, if you're going to have a cocktail, something like this that has some flavor, has no calories, no carbs or anything to it, if you added a shot of, say, a clear liquor to this, you only need to keep track of the clear liquor that you had. This gives you a little bit of flavor to it. So, yeah, if you were going to make maybe like a cocktail or something out of it, you could put a little stevia in there if you wanted to. But no, it is not sweet on its own. It just has a good little bit of strawberry pineapple-y flavor. And someone commented yesterday that they love the kiwi strawberry, and that was also at the store, and I didn't get it, so I might go back and try to find that in the next couple of days. Okay, so moving on past the water. It is one of my favorites, though. So what we're going to talk about today is asking for help and needing help. And so, you know, I'm a trainer. I go into work most days, and I have in my head, you know, okay, we're going to, you know, so-and-so's coming in. We're going to work on those legs today. We're going to hit a little upper body, you know, and I'm like ready. And sometimes out of nowhere, we'll start doing the warm-up, and somebody starts crying, like devastated, or they just start spilling their guts. And I have always said, kind of as a joke, but kind of legit, I feel like personal trainers should have to have some sort of psychology background, because part of the issue is when you are pushing someone's body to a place where it's uncomfortable, sometimes that takes them to mentally some uncomfortable places. So a lot of times when people are thinking about changing their health or even changing your wealth, oh, I made a rhyme. You know, so in my case, if let's say I'm wanting to change my wealth, my first indication might be, oh, I need to get a financial planner. If I'm wanting to change something about my body, about my health, I might think, oh, I need to get a personal trainer. Well, in reality, what you might need is a counselor, because, you know, I've had people break down in the middle of a session and start talking about, sounds horrible. I somehow always go deep, but, you know, being raped. And that's one of the reasons that they eat at night. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to focus on it. And so they've discovered if they start feeding themselves at night, they can be distracted. You know, sometimes people have maybe had someone pass away in their arms, you know, years ago, but it's coming back to them. There's so many things that we as humans go through. Life is beautiful, but life can also be very dark. And it's those moments that will change you, shape you, create you. They don't have to be the moments that ruin you, but they are going to be moments that are going to make you change. So for example, here I go, TMI, you know, I was unable to have children. That could have broken me. And there were days it took me to really dark places, but I also learned and grew from that. I went through a divorce from a relationship that was very, very bad, very toxic, very verbally and physically abusive. And that could have been the thing that broke me. And at times it was very dark, but I grew from those things. Now, how did I grow from those things? I got help. I talked to people. I have had counseling in my lifetime. I'm 42. I think I've had 4 counselors in my lifetime, counselors slash, not psychiatrist, psychologist. They have been so crucial in me growing in other realms. So, you know, yes, you might have something that you're wanting to change involving your health, but just working with a personal trainer may not be what you need. You may need more skilled help. You may have something that's buried deep inside, or something that keeps popping up that's holding you back, that has nothing to do with food or exercise. You know, you may be living paycheck to paycheck and working your butt off, and you may have goals and visions of big income, but for some reason you keep holding yourself back. You keep having that mindset of, I'm just this, I'm just that. You know, for example, let's say you've gone through, you know, in my case, I went through the bad divorce. I could have easily gone on and been like, you know what, I'm just this single girl. I'm just middle-aged. I'm just, you know, in sales or whatever, you know, this is where I am. But I didn't say I'm just. I said I'm stuck. I'm hurting. I'm scared. I'm unsure. And then I took that to someone else and they helped me through it. You got to remember, God didn't put us, well, God, Buddha, Mother Nature, whoever it is you believe in, whatever you believe, I'm 100% for whatever you believe in, as long as you believe in it. In my case, I believe in the big man. He did not put me here by myself. He put me here surrounded by people. Some of those people challenge me. Some of those people really challenge me, and some of those people really lift me up. But either direction, those people are here to help shape me and help me grow and help me learn. You got to remember, the people who are challenging you the most are the ones who are going to help. You're going to find something out about yourself. You're going to figure something out about yourself. Either you're going to learn how to communicate better, you're going to learn how to stand up for yourself, you're going to learn to start recognizing that maybe some of those things in that person that drive you nuts, you also do, and you just haven't ever addressed it. No one comes into your life for just a random reason. You're not on this video for a random reason. For whatever reason, we're together right now, we're talking about this, or you're watching this on the replay and we're talking about this. But if you have something that you feel is holding you back from a goal that you have, you know, you've set the goal, you've written out the plan, you've started working on the process, but no matter what, you just can't seem to wrap your mind around it. You just really can't accept it. You can't, you know, they get your mind on straight, right? The mindset. There could be something that you just need to talk about, that you just need to get off your chest, that you just, maybe you've never even put it together that it's the thing that's holding you back. You know, you hear a lot of times people who have been sexually abused will purposely, not purposely, they don't walk in every morning and say, I'm going to gain 20 pounds today, but purposely they're sabotaging their health because they don't want to feel attractive. They don't want to be attractive to someone. They don't want to risk that vulnerability. And yes, that's deep, and yes, that goes in kind of some circles, but it's real. We're human. We have coping mechanisms that happen up here that we know nothing about unless we really stop and take the time. So really where this conversation is coming from is I had a session this morning with a client who I just adore, and it's not her, but there's something going on in her family's life, and we were just talking about it, and I just kept hearing myself encouraging her to talk to her family member about getting help, about getting a counselor. You know, sometimes people have said it's over. I just can't deal with it. And I'm like, oh, you should really get a counselor. And like, no, I don't want to save the marriage. I'm not talking about saving the marriage. I'm talking about saving you. I'm talking about being able to move forward in life. The last counselor I had she started as a marriage counselor for my husband and I at the time. It became abundantly clear that for my safety and for my own personal health, it was time. It was over. It had to happen. I didn't say, oh, we're getting divorced, so I'm done with you. I dove in even deeper with her because suddenly I had a new life. I had this new world that I had to figure out how to function in. Now I was going to be single. Now I was, there was a part of me that was like, well, I'm this single girl that is almost 40, and who's going to want that? And do I really want anybody to even want that? Maybe I'll never ever get married again. Like so many things happen when you're in these situations, and sometimes it's just a matter of talking to someone about it, and sometimes it's a matter of learning some skills. A lot of the skills that I've learned from my counselor my counselors over my lifetime are to take a step back from the situation, plug into me, like let the chaos happening, but plug into me and see how I'm really feeling. What am I allowing this feeling to happen? If I'm feeling less than, is it because I'm letting someone make me feel, allowing someone to give me that feeling? One of the best things I ever heard in counseling, and it's funny, I think it was even my first counselor, you have to find happiness in chaos. If you can find happiness in the chaos all around you, you're golden. And that's when there's something going on. And honestly, you guys, I haven't had to practice this in a really long time. I am happily married now. I credit that completely with the fact that I had counseling, that I knew what I wanted in a relationship. I knew how to speak up for myself. I knew how to say how I was feeling about things versus holding it all back and being mousy and making everyone happy. But when you're in a situation and there's chaos, whether it be your chaos or someone else's chaos, you got to find that happiness. And that is not something that happens overnight. You're not going to listen to this video and be like, oh, that's what she said to do. Cool, check, I'm done. You got to talk about it. You got to learn. You got to practice it. So I didn't want this to be long, so I'm going to hop off here really quick. But please, if you are struggling with something, anything, maybe it happened 10 years ago, maybe it happened 10 minutes ago, whatever it is, do not be afraid to ask for help. Help can come, obviously, like I said, in the form of counseling. It can come in the form of a mentor. It can come in the form of a pastor. It can come in the form of a leader / teacher. Like, just know these people in your life are there for a reason. If you need help, ask for it. And a lot of times people will come to me and ask me for help because I talk about counseling a lot. I'm very open about the help that I've had. I don't do the helping. I direct them to the people who I know can help them. I am not equipped to help all the people. Just because I've been there in some situations. There's a lot of situations I've never been in and I don't really know how to do it. But I'll gladly send you in the direction of people who I know can help you if you need some help. So if you are... I know most of the people on this tribe page are here because we talk about health and wellness and mental health. Mental health is that you cannot be healthy on the outside or the inside if you don't have it up here. So if you're suffering in your heart, if you're suffering in your head, if you're angry about something that happened, if you just can't get past a feeling, if someone has actually hurt you physically, mentally, emotionally, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to seek guidance and to seek a hand. Let someone walk you through things. And I'm telling you, yeah, you might. I have the best sister in the world, the best, but I still needed someone else, right? You've got to have that outside source, that educated source who can look at it from a neutral standpoint. Because sometimes when I went to marriage counseling and I was all fired up and I wanted to be like him, that's when they were like, oh no, you. A lot of what's happening in your life, you're allowing. A lot of what's happening in your life, you say you're not okay with it, but you're letting it carry on, and what you allow will continue to happen. So you got to learn about yourself. And one thing before I get off of here, you cannot change people. I learned it the hard way, you guys. People will change when they want to, not because you want them to. So if you're spinning your wheels trying to change that person who's in your life, whether it be your family, your friend, whatever, stop, change yourself. And if you guys are still meant to be friends, you're still meant to hang out, maybe it's your family and maybe you stop seeing each other as much, whatever, but change yourself first. Focus on you, get yourself healthy, and the rest will fall into place. So again, I know this is a private matter. I don't expect a whole lot of comments on this video. I get that. If you know someone who needs to hear it, share it with them, please. If you know someone who needs help or you are someone who needs help, and you don't know where to go, let me know and I can send you in the right direction. So, mwah, happy Friday. Bye.